are back. All right, so listen, we are all creatures of habit, even when it comes to the food that we eat. So most Canadian diets include some variety of the top produced foods of the region, which are wheat, corn, and potatoes. But our next guest thinks it might be time for us to change it up. So food diversity is not only important for our physical health, it also helps play our part, a big part, in saving the planet.
To tell us more about the benefits of food diversity and to show us some great ways to swap out popular food staples is food and sustainability author Puneeta Chhitwal-Varma. Hi, welcome back.
Hello, thanks for having me back.
Great to have you here, Puneeta. So you say it is really important for us to try, if it is at all possible, to eat something different each day as a way of practicing food diversity. Why is that such an important idea that maybe we should start to think about?
You know, Mel, our practices of eating the same food every day, day after day, is actually not great for our health and not great for the planet either. We're finding out, and the research shows us, that 75% of the food that we eat comes from 12 crops and 5 animal species. Out of the 300,000, and maybe even more, right? Because we don't know all, science hasn't really caught up with indigenous knowledge yet. But 12 crops, and that's what farmers are growing around the world. And so food diversity on our plate, is a great way to not only do our best for our personal health. Our gut health is impacted by the types of foods we eat, and gut health is connected to brain health, so that's all great. Mm-hmm. The second reason why is that the planet's health is dependent on the biodiversity, and it's one of the big risks. And this is outside of climate change. I know I often talk about climate change, but this is outside of the climate change that we're facing, because biodiversity is one of the big risks facing all of us in the near future.
Okay, so now you're going to show us 4 examples of how we can practice this on our plate. So we're going to do this as a build-a-bowl concept, yes, something easy that everybody can do at home. So take us through this.
So build a bowl, right? You can eat it in your kitchen, at the dinner table, in front of the TV. It all works. So I've got a few examples here, and the point here is to choose different foods than what we might be accustomed to. So I've got a few examples. So normally the bowl would start with rice, and I've got a grain that's called millet. And
you're talking to a Chinese girl here, and yes, the rice and Chinese relationship, like, it's hard for me to go even 2 days without rice. So what are we going to swap the rice out for? The millet, why? Why the millet?
So my traditional connection, because I'm South Asian, I'm Indian, and so rice is such a big part of my diet, and I can't give it up. But millet is a whole grain, so right out the door, it's great for us because it's great for health. I mean, white rice is also great, brown rice is also great. But if we're thinking of diversity in our diet, then we have to start with the basic, which often is the grains. So millet is if you have a look at this, so this is what raw millet looks like. It looks a little bit like couscous, and I'm dropping it all over here. Yeah. And you can find it in any bulk food store. And the reason I love millet so much is, I mean, of course, it's a whole grain, but it doesn't cook like most whole grains.
How do you cook it?
It cooks in the same time that it takes rice, so that's 20 minutes. In fact, I had a question here about cooking it in the rice cooker. I haven't.
You haven't tried that?
I haven't tried that yet.
The only way I make my rice.
So
I'm Filipino, what can I say?
No, seriously.
I make it in the pan. Usually the ratio for rice is 1:2.5. So 1 cup of rice to 2.5 cups of water. And that's exactly what you do with the millet. So boil once and then steam.
Does it behave like couscous?
It doesn't get, it's fluffier. And so let's have a look at it. So I've poured some out for your bowls here, but this is what it looks like, and you can have a taste. I've cooked it with water. You can also cook it with broth.
It is fluffy.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Yes. I think you'll be fine, because I've done couscous in a rice cooker.
Yeah.
I think
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to go on to Puneeta, because the next one that a lot of people, it's like a staple, but we should be challenged to break out of it, is eating potatoes.
I know, we love potatoes.
It is the 4th most widely available food crop on the planet, following rice, wheat, and then corn. So what will we be swapping out the potatoes for?
So potatoes you could swap out with any other tuber, but I'm doing something a little different because I love the letter P, so potato for parsnips.
Oh,
let's see if you can remember that.
Yes. Okay.
And I've actually sliced them up here, and you can add them to your bowl over there because we're building a bowl. We're going to have dinner at the end of it all.
So good. I really love parsnip. I've been making parsnip fries lately. They're really good.
Yeah, so
These
this
are
is,
delicious.
I've caramelized them in the pan and they're really delicious. And it works really well to add that diversity to our plate because there's so much that we can do, you know, just to support the food systems, crop rotation, and there's a lot of traditional practices that are coming back. Farmers are doing the right thing. But eating something different, choosing something new at the grocery store right off the bat, that's such a big step.
So the next one you say we should try swapping out when possible is lettuce. It's a hard one though, right?
Yes, so lettuce is one of those foods that is so common, right? Crispy, delicious, amazing. The problem is that a lot of our lettuce grows in California. And lettuce is a thirsty, which means it's a thirsty crop. It needs a lot of water, resource intensive, and California has been going through a drought, right? And so instead of lettuce, I suggest swap it out with literally any greens.
Okay.
And so
what's
add
this
the greens in here. We've
What is
got, so this is a mixture of kale and spinach and arugula that I've cooked down with garlic and sesame. Yes, yes, garlic.
Kale,
So
arugula.
add garlic, add turmeric. It's all healthy and it's all diverse, right?
That's delicious. We're going to close this out with a protein option. And you say, challenge your protein besides just meat.
I know, and going vegan is so hard for so many of us. I try on and off and I fail often. So half your meat. Let's just start with half our meat. All our recipes, half the meat, swap it out with lentils. We're doing our bellies, brains, and the planet, a big flavor.
Okay, so
this one is lentils.
So add that in, yes.
Lentils
Stir
and
it in.
stir in the lentils. Okay.
Yes.
And then
And so that's a mixture
this
of
half the meat and then replacing half the meat with lentils.
Yes.
Mel,
Yes.
I will try for you.
Yes.
Since there is meat in here. And oh my God, this bowl looks amazing.
It almost looks like a chili,
Thank
right?
you. I'm
Looks like
updating the
chili.
graphics on. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, I love feeding people. And when it's diverse food, right?
I ate the meat for you, so you do the extra for me.
Okay, that is perfect. Puneeta, what a pleasure. This is a delicious, a different way to think about our plates. So thank you, as always, for bringing that to us.
Thank you very much.
Always feel smarter after that.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.